Today, this Sunday, marks the last day of summer. Tomorrow is the fall equinox. But just because it's the last day of summer, does that mean we're going to say goodbye to the summer like heat across the country? We have the answers coming right up. But we've seen some stunning views from across the country. This was in Regina. You can see just a little bit of cloud cover, but those temperatures in southern parts of Saskatchewan and Alberta still inching close to that 30-degree mark even this weekend. Meanwhile, in Mississauga, across the GTA, we've seen some stellar sunshine, which may remind you of what it was like at the peak of our summer. Certainly many heat warnings we experienced this past summer, but we're soon saying goodbye to those with more refreshing conditions, like for those across the Maritimes who are starting to get down to that seasonal range. But even some flakes have been seen flying, and it's not even fall just yet. This was in Quebec, and not just Quebec has seen some winter-like weather or more fall-like weather. Also in Newfoundland, hail was spotted just yesterday, which is just a friendly reminder that, yeah, fall conditions can be a little bit funny. Kevin MacKay joins us, our meteorologist, here to dive into who could potentially see the last 30-degree weather before we get into more of those fall-like conditions. Kevin, fall's a weird one. You have to wear a sweater or a jacket, then you got to take off some layers. Some may like it, some may not. It's like the Goldilocks of the seasons.
I think everyone says they like fall weather, but I think they're more so referring to maybe the first 2 weeks of fall weather, because I don't think anyone gets excited for November weather. But yeah, over the last few months, we've tallied up a whole lot of warmth. Look at the number of 30-degree days. No one's going to come close to a Soyuz at well over 60 days. Now, we always keep track of who's the first one to reach 30 degrees, but we never really focus on who's going to be the last one. So I want to have a little look at that and who's most likely to. Well, now that the fall equinox is here, this is when we have 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness. So you don't get those long daylight hours in the north anymore. So it's going to take a lot to transport that heat from down south into the north. Now the prairies, yes, you're further north in Ontario and Quebec, but you also don't get those deep troughs that tend to dig down south. So all four regions really do see some late season heat waves. Have a look at some of the records for the latest 30-degree day for some choice areas of Vancouver. You've never even seen 30 degrees in September right down at the water. But I want to point out the tie on October 13th. We have Halifax, we have Woodstock, New Brunswick, we have Windsor, Ontario, we have Kindersley, Saskatchewan, and even Manitoba getting into the mix in Brandon. So everyone's kind of tied for the latest there. I'm sure there's a very localized location that has been later than that. But how about what's normal? Now, over the last 10 years, your average last 30-degree day, August 1st in Edmonton, that's well in the rearview mirror. And then some places do get into September. September 10th, that's even in the rearview mirror for Toronto. So are we done with it now that it's fall? Can we expect it anywhere? Well, the next 10 days, and turning the page into October, we're still well above seasonal, but that seasonal is getting down towards 20. So if I were a betting man and I had to guess if it's going to be anywhere that's going to see 30 degrees beyond the next few days, I think southern Alberta, there is a chance that you might be the one to do it.